Hey friends, my name is Jennifer and I moved to the UK from East Tennessee in 2025 with my British husband and fur babies. My goal is to explore and soak up as much of my new country as I possibly can. So let's see what adventure awaits us today. Welcome to part 2 of my weekend at the Isle of Wight. Let's jump right into it.
This is St. Catherine's Oratory, and this was built in the 1300s. And the story goes that a local landowner basically went through and pillaged a ship that had wrecked, and everything belonged to a local church, and it was a lot of casks of white wine. And as penance and punishment, he was forced to build this oratory. So it's been here for a very, very long time. It is quite the hike. See if I can zoom out. Quite the hike from way down there to get up here. So pretty cool. After a brief rest, we decided to go ahead and venture on up. Plus we found out you can go inside, so I wasn't gonna pass that up. Alex was just saying it looks just like a rocket, and it really does. I mean, look at the bottom. Like, it's weird because they'd never even seen rockets at this time, and yet they built a rocket. How very strange. All right, you wanna go in, Byron? Check it out. Byron's like, no, not really. Is it scary? Haunted in there? Bees in here. Whoa. This is spooky. It is several degrees cooler in here significantly. There's some flies or bees or something buzzing around. I don't know, guys. It's a bit creepy in here. A bit Amityville for my taste. Anyway, very cool find. On the map, it says that this is a Bronze Age barrow. Is that right? Barrow? Burial ground. Alex said it definitely looks man-made because of the humps, but I don't see a single sign that is commemorating it. It doesn't have an entrance like the one in Chippenham that we saw, or the one in Marlborough. I think it was Marlborough that we saw. So I don't know. It does look like that's what that is. Again, spooky place up here. I don't know. It's just got a little bit of a vibe to it, to be honest. But yeah, so I can't verify it because I can't find any signage or anything, but I at least wanted to show it. All right, I am looking down into an amusement park called I think it's Blackgang Chine. It was opened in the late 1800s, and it is still here and still going. Apparently, the cliff, and you can see, like, I am myself standing on a cliff. The cliff is eroding over time, so there is a great concern that eventually this whole amusement park is just going to fall off into the sea because it is literally built on the side of a cliff. But it's kind of a weird thing. But yeah, if we don't have the dogs with us, we might go in just for the sake of the weirdness of it. But it is very strange to see an amusement park on the side of a cliff. Very weird. Here is another vantage point of the theme park, but what you can really appreciate from this point of view is the cliffiness of it. How it just kind of, the cliff, it just disappears off the side. We are on Compton Bay Beach, and we are looking for dinosaur fossils because this is one of the largest collection of natural fossilized material in the UK, and I think specifically in the Isle of Wight. So we're looking for these giant feet that are fossilized. It says you can't miss them, so I'll probably miss them, but we'll see. I would imagine that it would be fairly big. That's my thoughts. But we're gonna go have a look around. It's definitely a weird kind of beach. It's definitely like kind of strange with this material and this rocky material. We're gonna go have a look and we'll see what we find. So we found them. This is an iguanodon footprint. So you can see from the 3-toed, and you can see how large it is in comparison. Ooh, gosh, it's very slickery in comparison to my foot. So I don't think iguanodons were necessarily the largest of dinosaurs, but it's quite cool, and you can see like a bunch of them have been preserved here. But yeah, so this is a National Trust site because of all of the dinosaur fossils, and they say that you can find teeth and that you can find bone all in this material. It's shiny black and it might have ridges, but this footprint was really something I was very interested in seeing. We have been looking around to see if we see any sort of obvious, you know, material, but there is so many rocks and shells and everything else here that it's really hard to know and to see and to just find. So yeah, you could come down here every day and probably find 100 different new things. All right, very cool. That's the first dinosaur footprints I have ever seen in real life. So let's go ahead and head to the next spot. All right, we are now at Culver Down, and this is the Bembridge Fort. It's obviously not enterable. We can't enter it. But notice it says, this plaque is in honor of the men and women of the Royal Artillery Royal Navy and the Women's Royal Navy Service, the Royal Air Force and Women's Auxiliary Air Force, who served their country at Bembridge Fort and Culver during World War II. And it can show you, it shows you on this plaque here, like when and how the fort was used. It's really cool. Oh my gosh, there's sheep up there. Hi guys. It's a bit unexpected, I have to say. But yeah, we've got some more cool stuff to show you. So more things ahead. But that's the fort. Seems like there's electric stuff everywhere, so I don't want to get too close. If we're not allowed, but you can see the fort there. But also, while we're in this area, I want to show you this view because it is absolutely stunning. The Isle of Wight is incredible. But this isn't the only thing that I want to show you on Culver Down. So let's go see if we can find the next stop. This is the next stop at the Culver Down. Is this incredible monument. I mean, that to me definitely looks like a horse and a doggy. I mean, it just obviously is. Look at these doggies, and oh, it's really good. I love this. You do a little walk around to see if they've got the information. Oh, it's way too close. This is a huge monument. So, it says, to the memory of Charles Anderson Pelham, the Earl of Yarborough. And it says, whose benevolence, kindness of heart and many virtues endeared him to all who knew him. Oh, he must have been, let's hope, a very wonderful person. And I'd like to think he liked doggies and horses, because that's the vibe that I get. But I'm zoomed out as far as I can go, and without, again, backing off this cliff. And I was reading today that there are actually quite a number of suicides up here that people drive their vehicles off. So I'm kind of aware that it's pretty steep. That one's a bit harder to read because of time. Anyway, very cool memorial. And if we can find it, I've got one more thing to show you here. Right, so this really weird place is the Culver Battery. And this was used in both World War I and World War II. But it is really strange. It's always weird seeing stuff like this because, you know, as an American, there's just not a ton of World War II actual used in World War II stuff, because obviously there are some places, not claiming, like Hawaii and stuff, did not see action, obviously. And I say that in the worst of ways, but it is always weird coming and seeing sites like this and just remembering kind of how this is such a small little island for seeing so much devastation during that time. So it's just kind of a reminder. Anyway, very strange, weird thing to see. So one more thing I wanted to add, as I was just reading up a bit more on how the battery was used. There's random steps going every which way, but I just read that there was actually a pretty extensive underground building here as well, where they had kitchens and bathrooms and stuff for the people who were manning the guns. Do you think it's in that door? See, I think there's obviously been doors here, so I don't know if these have... It looks like this has been sealed in, because that looks... I don't know. mean, there's obviously a frame here for a door. So I don't know, but apparently there were underground sections. And like I said, there are steps going in various places. So who knows? Really strange. So this is the Shanklin Chine. It is one of the oldest attractions in the Isle of Wight. And it's basically like a little attraction area, dining, here's an inn. It's basically cut through the gorge. Look at this, check this out. How cool is that? So definitely make sure you check this out. There's an adopted dinosaur at the gift shop. That's very interesting. It's really cool. I think we are going to head down there. Let's see what we see.
And you can walk up and people will walk up right? Daddy! Daddy! We go to the beach! We go to the beach!
How cool is this? Oh, look at all of the riders that have been here. John Keats. Come on, Gigi. Let's go see what we can see. Hydrangea. This is so cool. I mean, you are literally walking through a gorge. It feels like a forest. Which way do we go?
I think broadly that way.
Which way? They really capitalize on the dinosaur element on this, because it really does feel like you are walking through some sort of tropical Jurassic Park. This is really cool, honestly. Like, I wasn't really sure what to expect, and it was $12.95, but it is charity and your money goes to a good cause. But I think I would highly recommend this because it is just, it's a really cool, and it's a great walk, and it feels very scenic, and yeah, I just really recommend. This is really cool. It also leads into the old Shanklin Village, which is where we will be heading when we get our fill. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is wild. This is like when you go to E.T.'s Planet at the end of the E.T. ride. If you know, you know. This is truly a really cool place. What does it say this is from?
Huh?
This is rises of a natural spring, drops 15 meters. Very cool.
This is the Shanklin Village. Definitely make sure you come here. There's some great pubs, a couple of tea rooms, there's a beer garden, there's lots of cute little shops. We found a little shop that was right across the street here. I think it was called the Isle of Wight or something like that. And it was so great because they had all these locally made crafts, condiments, even some beer, wine. So it's a really cool place. So make sure you check out Shanklin Village. It's right on the other side of the Shanklin Chine. But I would definitely recommend not skipping it because it's worth the walk through, and it's actually bigger than you think. So make sure you put this on your list if you're coming here.
This cute little town is called, or yeah, I guess it's a town on the Isle of Wight, little area, is called Seaview, and we were told to definitely check it out. It has a lot of cute little shops and cafes, so we're gonna come and spend some time strolling around here this morning. But definitely, if you've got time, I would make sure the buildings here are just really gorgeous. But yeah, definitely make sure you come by Seaview and check this out. I think it is meant to kind of be a bit of a time capsule, which I am definitely getting that, so very nice. This is the Isle of Tomatoes, and there are, if you can see in that glass area, there are greenhouses, and they are one of the #1 makers of tomatoes, and we are gonna have to order some products and have them delivered to the house because the shop was not open today, and we're not gonna have time to come back. But definitely check out the Isle of Tomatoes and pick up some. I'm gonna get some ketchup and some hot sauce and a couple other things, but supposedly the tomatoes are super fresh and amazing. Just a correction of what I said earlier, it is the Isle of Wight tomatoes, not the Isle of Tomatoes. But you can see these greenhouses are filled to the brim with tomato plants. When we were coming through, it's quite amazing like how many tomatoes they're growing here. And they also have produce up here that's loading up, so it's a cool place. Isle of Wight tomatoes. Okay, this is the garlic farm, and this is a definite don't miss. We are told they have a restaurant first of all, but they also have a shop, and we have been told that if you like garlic anything, this is where you want to go. Look at this. They have holiday cottage yurts, car area. There is so much going on here. But they say if you would like some awesome garlic sauces or hot sauces or whatever, come and check this out. So we are going to see what they have inside. Just had to show you guys what I got. They had a garlic beer, which is crazy. I got for Alex some garlic roasted espresso beans, their own coffee. This garlic puree of garlic, smoked and black garlic. And then some black garlic balsamic vinegar. Honestly, I could have stayed in there forever. Really cool place.
Alright guys, that's it for my tour of the Isle of Wight. We had a great weekend here, but let me know in the comments down below what you think and what place I should go to next, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!